Make love in the staying up late in this. Don't give a fuck about my house. Don't get the fuck about my house. 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 I grew up in this. Get the fuck about my house. 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 I grew.
Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a hot minute and it's only right that I welcome you guys back with this fiery Valentine's inspired look. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this flawless hair installation and how I did my makeup. So the unit that I'm using is the 20 inches 5x5 HD closure curly wig. So I don't know what curly hair this one is because there's a lot of them out there now, but I reckon it's the pixie curly style. And here's the inspiration picture. When I saw this hair on Tino's Place on Instagram, I was like, I have to get that because I don't have big curly hair like that. So to prep for the installation, I like to use a tweezer to just pluck around the hairline. Like there's a technique to this, but I'll probably show you guys in another video how I do it. So after that, I just slap the wig back on and check and balance whatever needs to be done. And normally I would use a powder to just tint the lace. I don't like using a foundation because I find that it traps oil and that might cause me to break out later. So I actually changed my mind and opted for a side part and used scissors to just trim the lace. So I didn't realize my mic was off at this point, but what I was saying was if you have low hairline like me and you want to achieve a realistic 5x5 install, what you should do is brush out your edges and create a symmetrical hairline for yourself, and then place your closure behind your edges. That way you do not do damage to your edges and you don't spray the glue over your edges basically, and it still looks as realistic as a frontal. So that's basically what I've done there. And because of this technique, you would always have to put baby hair on your wigs. Personally, I'm not a fan of baby hairs, but it's better to have them than jeopardize my edges. And you can tell already that the install is gonna make sense. And this is the part where I put on the melting band. Actually, this is not a melting band, it's just a belt that I removed from a trouser. But I'm not gonna lie, it does a better job than a lot of melting bands that I've bought. So while we wait for the lace to melt, we're gonna go straight into the makeup. And this is me showing you guys all the dark spots that I've accumulated in the past couple of months. And I'm just using this Bobbi Brown color corrector to fade them out. You guys see what that color corrector is doing. I've used a couple of color correctors in the past, but they tend to turn out orange at the end of my makeup, which I don't like. But this is doing exactly what I need a color corrector to do. And I find that the trick to using this kind of product is getting a dry puff, not a beauty sponge, not a brush, a dry puff. Use it to blend it out, and you're gonna get the most of this product, I promise you. I'm using the shade Very Deep Bisque. Then I'm just going in with my concealer to contour my face, to underpaint my face. Actually, I'm now a huge fan of underpainting. After saying I was never going to try that technique, I am now obsessed with it. The thing that I find about these new makeup techniques is I just have to crack the way to make it work for my face. Once I crack it, I'm sold. So I'm following up with my Lancome foundation and I'm applying that to the bare areas of my face. That's the areas where I've not applied any product. So this technique actually saves me a lot of foundation. And what I usually do is I just apply whatever is left on the brush over the contour to soften it up and just like marry everything together. And I'm going to show you guys how my face looks after applying everything. Exactly. Scrumptious. So for my eyes, I'm using the NYX palette and I'm alternating between those three shades. Starting with the lightest shade, I'll put that all over my eyelid. Then I'm going to go in with the deeper mauve shade and apply it to the outer corners of my eye. So the thing with bright matte eyeshadow is it's always better to start small. Then you can build up the color as you go. And that is what I'm doing here. So lastly, I'm packing that coral shade onto the center of my eyelid, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for the second eye. Now I'm going in with my Hourglass concealer to brighten under my eyes. I'm using a very tiny amount because this stuff packs a punch. So once that concealer is blended in properly, I'm going to set under my eyes with a setting powder. And I'm using the baking technique. Even though I'm not a fan of it, I just felt like this look needed it. Like we need under the eyes to be bright because this is supposed to be a romantic night. Do you get what I mean? So for the lips, I planned to go with this trio, but by the time I applied that Anastasia Malt lip liner and wore the Dolce & Gabbana lipstick over it, I just ditched the NYX one because I felt like that rosy nude needed no interference. Like it was so beautiful on its own. The next thing, I drenched my face in setting spray. Guys, that's what I do. I drench my face in this stuff. A setting spray bottle stands no chance in my hands. Now we're done with the makeup, and I'm not even gonna lie, this look slaps. I had nothing in mind, just kind of freestyle through it all. But I don't know what says Valentine more than colorful eyes with sultry lips. Now let's go ahead and finish up this hair. It has been melting, and let us see what we have. And there we go. Woo, sheesh. Where's the lace? Where's the lace? Can we, where? In existence. I love how that turned out. Okay, so apparently, the longer you leave the band on, the better the melt. Nice to know. I'm just finding out myself. When we come close, that lace really disappeared. Like, okay, so that's it. I kept the baby hair subtle and minimal. I don't want like the crunchy baby hair look. I don't like baby hairs, if I'm being honest, but I don't have a choice because look at my edges. So now I'm just going to add some water, very little water to this to tame down that volume. I'm still gonna brush the whole thing to sort of slick this back and just make it flat. And I've not even brushed like the back of this hair. All this volume is just from brushing the front. Isn't that amazing?
Can I call you Rose? Cause you're sweet like a flower in bloom. Can I call you Rose? Can I call you Rose? Cause your fragrance takes over the room. Darling, said I wanna
And that, guys, is the end of today's video. If you stayed till the very end, thank you so much. You've made my time and efforts absolutely worth it. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also turn on the notification bell so you get a notification every time I drop a new video. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.